Bud Friedman was, I still remember being a kid and watching Evening at the Improv, not being a kid, being a young man, and watching him at the Improv, and he would always come out at the end with his little fucking barnacle and stuff and talk to the comics and talk to the audience. And when I got to L.A., he was one of those surreal people. You know, when you get to L.A., you're like, people tell you, yeah, Bud goes down there once in a while, or Mitzi goes down once in a while. But I remember being at the Improv the first time I was there. Bud Friedman was there, and I got hidden into the fucking Improv through Latino night. Okay, sometimes when you get to a club, guys, I was talking to comics here, when you get to a club, you got to figure out a way to get in there. And they'll say, well, you know, we'll put you on a list, we'll look at your tape. But every once in a while, they'll do a specialty show. Arab night, Latin night, Puerto Rican night, Afro night, whatever the fuck it is. And sometimes it's better, you know, it's not the way you wanted to get in, but it's the way you get in. I was at the Improv doing a Latin night one night. The fucking guy made me put a suit on and shit. And I fucking hated it. It was like my first week in L.A., and they made me put a fucking suit on. Like the first or second night, it was every Sunday. And like the second night, the second Sunday I was there, because I became a regular at the store a month, not even a month after I got to L.A., but I had spots at the Improv. Like if I got to L.A. on a Tuesday, I had a spot that Sunday at the Improv. It was fucking surreal. But the second Sunday I was there, when I was on stage, I had never noticed it, but I looked to my left and I saw a little window. Just a little window on the wall. And I'm like, what the fuck is that window? I go, maybe the sound guy sits up there or whatever. And I saw the sound guy in the bottom with the earphones. I was like, I wonder what the fuck that is. And while I was up on stage, I also noticed that like it opened and it closed. Like somebody was actually up there watching. So I fucking get off the stage, I go to the front bar, I get my little water or my Coke, and an old guy comes up to me. His name was Richard Cooper. I'll never forget this guy. And he came over to me, he goes, hey man, I watched your set. I really enjoyed it. How long you been doing comedy? And I go, I don't know, fucking 7, 8 years. And he goes, all right, you know, do your paperwork and call in for spots. I was like, what? And he goes, do your paperwork and call in for spots starting tomorrow. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, I made you a regular. And I go, not for nothing, Mr. Cooper. I don't even know who you are. And he goes, I'm the talent coordinator. And blah, 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 blah. You know, he shook my hand. I stayed there and all. He goes, you're going to start getting paid now, $15 a set or whatever. And he goes, have you met Bud? And I go, Bud who? And he goes, Bud Friedman. I go, what? No, I've never met Bud Friedman. And he goes, come on, let's say hello. Congratulate you for becoming like a regular. And I was like, what? And he took me in the back, and there's Bud Friedman sitting with the barnacle, and, hi, how are you? You know, and I'm like, guys, I'm shitting my pants. I can't lie to you. But he asked me, where are you from? Are you Italian? I go, no, I'm Cuban. Oh, I went to Cuba once. And he started talking to me, blah, blah, blah. He goes, yeah, you'd be a great addition to the family. Right after I left, he forgot my name was. As a matter of fact, I saw him a year later in Miami. I'll never forget this. I'm at the Improv in Miami in Coconut Grove, and Bud Friedman is there with the owner of the Miami Improv. And he looks up and he sees me and he goes, hey, look who it is. And you motherfuckers know I can read lips. I saw him say to the owner of Miami, he goes, what's this guy's name again? And, you know, I'm not going to yell at the guy or whatever, but at least he spoke to me and he goes, I see you doing sets. You're down here, blah, blah, blah. Bud Friedman was a sweetheart of a guy. I had like 20 other fucking conversations with Bud. Never as deep as with Mitzi, but we had a nice relationship. I'm very proud. I wasn't one of his favorites, you know, like I didn't know him that well, but when I'd see Bud, he talked to me, you know, his wife, he'd say hello, ask me what I was going through, what was going on in my career. Not that he gave a fuck, but at least he spoke to you, you know. And guys, he did great. He did great for the world of comedy. He brought it to a fucking forefront, you know. Those were the pioneers, and you got to give them their fucking props. If I don't talk about the improv as much, it's because during the week, I was more of a Comedy Store guy, not because it was a bad club. I had great fucking relationships with the Melrose Improv, and they took great fucking care of me. I did every year. They had me there for the college football thing. Every year when whoever plays in Pasadena for the Rose Bowl, they have one night for the one team and one for the other team. Every fucking year they called me and put an envelope in my pocket. I don't know how many, so if I don't talk about the improv, it's because, and another grateful thing the improv did for me. The improv, listen, the Comedy Store gave me the fundamentals. When you go to jiu-jitsu class, I go to Hollis, but there was a girl that was going there, and she told me one time that she went to another school, and I go, why do you do that? And she goes, because I want to get the perspective of 2 or 3 different teachers. And I didn't really understand that, because I go, you got Hollis, and then you got, like, for the daytime guys, you got fucking my man Bernardo, and for the nighttime guys, you got Ray and Lucas and Hollis. That's 4 fucking different teachers, and that's 4 different flavors. So that's how I felt about it. But she goes, no, I like going out of here, so I'll go there twice a week, and I'll come here twice a week, whatever works for you. But I don't give enough thanks to the improv. I was always involved with the improvs, and let me tell you a fucking great story about the improv, and I still talk to this guy. I don't know. It had to be maybe 2008. I was pretty down in the dumps. I was finding my way. I had just quit doing drugs, cocaine, and I was really finding my way as a comic. And out of nowhere one night, I got a call from a guy named Dan. I used to call him Dan Brea. Fucking great guy. Another good thing about the improvs is I could thank so many of their own, general managers, Kelly, fucking the chicken Melrose. I can't draw a blank now. I've been friends with her for 20 years. Aaron Bontempo, I've been friends with for 20 years. They had really great people that really did care about comedy, and it blew up into a corporation, guys. So things get lost in translation. But there was a guy, Dan, and Dan ran the Brea Improv for years. Danny was there. I had some history at the Brea Improv, I got fired one day for doing a weekend with Pablo. They thought we were doing drugs. I wasn't doing drugs.